Hey everybody, Fancy Sloth Nick here, and this is Fallout, A Tale of Two Wastelands, Part 21, and The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Now, over this ridge here, we can see what some might call a giant albino rad scorpion. Unlike its smaller cousins, the regular rad scorpion and bark rad scorpion, its tendency to get lost inside of walls has been diminished. Now, unlike my normal advice pattern, I'm going to go ahead and suggest a sword to the face to this one. Or, most likely, many swords to the face. As you can see, the strategy is fairly effective. So, fun fact, Sticky will follow you pretty much everywhere and anywhere, and it's really annoying, and let's not worry about that. Now, we're in Underworld for a very particular reason that's right in front of us. So we've been given a nice little quest that apparently I've already started on. Now, unfortunately, we have to begin the quest before we can do anything. See, I fully intend to kill these people, but I need to talk to one of them first. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Now, kids, as it turns out, I'm a hunter by trade. I know, it doesn't seem like it. And this here man has given me a little quest to go hunt down some people. Now, these people do have something that's very important to me, just not exactly what I'm hunting them for. Well, actually, exactly what I'm hunting them for. This is just for fun. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Now, as a hunter of people, you have to be a sophisticated and elegant killing machine. This isn't like hunting tribals in Zion. There are two main strategies here, going for soft targets first, or going for your more difficult targets first. I'm going to go for option number one, and hunt down this man named Ted, and then probably eat him. After all, Ted is a delicious name. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! So, after a little conversation with our friend Ted here, he has handed us a nice little key. But that hasn't precluded him from my hunt. Now, why don't you just go to sleep? I'm not an unreasonable man. Bye, Ted. Now, as with all kills we make, you must devour the flesh, otherwise you lose the ability to gain powers from your kills. There's two people having a conversation with each other and they have the same voice. Oh, Bethesda. Seriously, hire more voice actors. What's wrong with you? Nobody cares about the big name people you hire. I'm really happy that you hired, well, let's be honest, the girl who does Jack was actually kind of well known. But the dude wasn't that well known, and I'm really happy that they hired a not so well known guy for one of the things. But let's be honest, we all know there's going to be 50 different instances of the same voice. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Now, over here we can see what some people might call the Enclave. They've taken over this area of the DC Wasteland and are killing anything on sight. Now, of course, we also have the power to kill anything on sight, so they aren't really too big of a threat. That is, at least, up until the point where they release their death claws, which are, well, let's just say, a threat. A threat that can usually be solved with a bullet to the face. Usually, that is. Not always. And always remember to eat your kills to gain their power. Now, do you guys think that the Enclave would be stupid enough to use one cage key for all of their death claws? Because I do. Bye-bye, Lukov. Bye-bye, Fantasia. And, well, Cherry, let's just say I'm not going to be bringing you to Rivet City anytime soon. And again, don't forget to eat your prey. Hello, Mr. Tenpenny. Now, Mr. Tenpenny has given us a counter job, and, well, that's the only thing keeping him alive right now, because I do like jobs. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! As it turns out, we have already visited this man to acquire another bobblehead. Hello, Dave. And, while I will come back to finish my jobs, I don't feel like untying my diplomatic relations to the Republic of Dave just yet. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Now, if we'll remember correctly, I have been given a counter job, Mr. Crowley, and I do so love exterminating exotic wildlife. So why don't you sit down so it's harder for you to run away? About that, I'm gonna have to confiscate those keys from you. Thank you for doing business, Mr. Crowley. Now, of course, I've actually been to Fort Constantine already, I think. Unless it's the Talon Company base, in which case, ugh. Nope, just south of the train tunnel that leads to the pit. Which reminds me, we should go back to the pit, recast some of our stuff. Oh, don't worry, Sticky, I'll deal with you eventually. Now, I'm hoping I didn't break the quest line by giving Crowley the keys and then, killing him and like running off, because let's just say that like the programming on Bethesda's part isn't 100% foolproof, or even like 60% foolproof, but this Fort Constantine is... Always remember that save before you fall to your death trick. It could save your life. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Alright, so we made it up to Fort Constantine. Over there is a building I believe is full of nuclear warheads, but, well, let's just say that's not what we're after today. We're after this tiny building over here, if I remember correctly. And if nothing else, here is the bobblehead we were after this entire time. What used to be big guns and is now survival. As well as some launch codes for what I'm assuming are missiles. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! You are going to want to be careful here, because let's just say the wildlife has a bit of a shiny exterior. Now, if my memory serves correctly, Centribots cannot open doors or climb stairs. They're sort of a bit like Dalek. Hack, 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 pick, 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 shoot the robot, launch some missiles, bye-bye missiles, shoot another robot, continue making our way through the fort, hack, 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 pick, 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 hack, 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 shoot another robot, loot the armories, level up, take a second perk of Laser Commander to see if it actually has an effect. Yeah, I'd say it has an effect. So apparently I did break the quest, by the way, having to quit the quick eking, doing the everything. So I'm just going to unlock this door, because technically I should be able to unlock it. I should have got a key from Crowley. Don't feel bad. Shoot another robot. Pick, pick, pick. Loot, loot, loot. Pick, pick, pick. Somehow find yourself back out in the wasteland. Kill another robot, figure out you've gone the wrong way because you're lost, find a dead body that tells you you're going the right way, eat the 25-year-old body, find yourself in a room with a nice set of T-51B power armor, with a fat man and many, many nukes. Many, many nuke millions, disable the stasis field, and retrieve your prize. By the way, the quest wasn't bugged, I just thought it was because I was going the wrong direction. Tara here had the key to that thing that I unlocked on my own. So yeah, that was, you gotta shoot him in the head, in which we shot like one person in the head. Didn't even get credit for it. Meaning the mission we have left, no, not this time, doesn't actually involve Canterbury Commons. We'll deal with that later, although you're welcome. And no, it doesn't involve Crow, although we should talk to him since he's here, you know. There we go. I found another ranger outfit. That wasn't the quest, by the way. He just happened to have a spring outfit, and that's the outfit I wear when I'm being Ranger Nick. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Now, like I said, the Enclave have set up a cavalcade of, well, evil Enclave outpost thingies here in the DC Wasteland now that they've taken over Project Purity. So, our best bet is to make sure they don't have the opportunity to kill anything. But, given the abundance of animals in DC Wasteland, they're just as likely to run into something they can't take care of, like Ranger Nick. Now, sometimes in these Enclave bases, you'll find terminals which we can hack for information on their activities. And as any hunter knows, information on a subject makes hunting them so much more easy. The Adventures of Ranger Nick. Yeah! Now this here is Vault 108, and inside you'll find what may or may not be classified as wonders of science. I fully suggest using stealth boys whenever possible in here, so as to maintain a habitat of mystery. Gary. Now this here is a Gary, a dangerous subset of the species human. They're clones brought here from the science gods to one day overrule humanity as the primary form of life here on the planet. So obviously the Gary Vault is my favorite vault ever. Now there's a reason I'm stealthed. I didn't actually mean for any of the Garys to see me, because I wanted to hear some of the Gary on Gary conversations. Oh, no, Gary, no. Oh, and also the Charisma bobblehead is in here somewhere. I don't even remember where. I'm just gonna have to search the whole vault, but, well, sorry Gary 29, but your Gary you were going to talk to is dead, so I can't leave you alive. Find two Garys close to each other who can talk to each other. Ooh, Stealth Boy wore off. Now, you can find lore terminals around here that tell you that, like, basically they tried cloning a bunch of people. The Garys were one of the only viable clones, but the problem with the Garys was that they were hostile to non-Garys. Every Gary here is a clone. None of them are the original because, you know, the original wouldn't be hostile. There is a Gary 1, but I think that just means he was the first clone. And also it's like 200 years past, you know, any time at which Gary should have been alive. Cloning log. So yeah, that cloning log basically says they were up to like clone 54 and they were like, they had cloned only hostile Garys before that. And they had still only cloned a hostile Gary that time. And yet they still kept trying to clone Garys. Science. Blood for the blood god. Come on, Gary. Oh, 2 Garys. Well, I'm disappointed in you, Gary and Gary. I can only hope that the cloning machine can run on automatic. Oh, that was Gary number 1. Now I feel bad. Not really. Gary 25, down. Gary 43, down. I assume it's somewhere in here. I'm pretty sure that the bobblehead is in the cloning lab. Gary 41, down. Gary 36, down. Oh, here it is. It was in the room I skipped. Bobblehead charisma. And that is all the bobbleheads we have collected. Congratulations, us. Yay. So I don't know if anybody voted on the straw poll that I put in the description to the last video because I didn't have a chance to check and already said what I was going to do. So what we are going to do is find our way out of this vault because I always get lost. And goodbye, Gary 17. Ooh, free ammo. And then I'm going to call this episode done. Mostly because I have class to get to. Anyway, this has been Fancy Sloth Nick. I'm going to take this time to bid you adieu. Remind you to, you know, subscribe and like the video and everything if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you know, don't do those things. Although, having watched all the way through, I'm kind of surprised that you watched if you didn't like it. So, thank you. Go ahead and vote in the straw poll in the description for what you want to see next. I might make a new one for this one. And apparently, since the audio was so far off that it cut off this part, stay fancy, sloths.